live on a Saturn day with a message from God, all the gods. I have a specific message. Let me do my intro. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. Thank you. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, most of all, messenger of God with a message. And I had to keep repeating it before I lost the message. I was outside. I was already going to start a reading, but this message came in very clear. Oh, God. You shall have no more for your thirst and for your want for more. Sounds very much like my Father who art in heaven. I'm going to break that down for you. But that's what he told me as I was standing outside preparing for this reading. You shall have no more for your want and thirst for more. Meaning, God's not going to give you, there's nothing he can give you to satisfy your needs and your desires. So he shall not give to you. I can't really argue that because it's true. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for today. But if you teach a man to fish, he can provide for himself and show others the way. Here's the thing. He just, you know what I mean? No matter what you pray to God to give you, you say, if you do this, God, I promise I'll be a good Christian, I'll be a good person, I'll change my ways if you just give me this thing. But then if he gives it to you, you just want another thing. And another thing. It's a contractual love that you keep with your Father. You say if he gives, then he shall receive your love. He tried that with you. And that he said it didn't work. You're like, what? Yeah, he's ever giving. But now, in that sense, is like, you know, there's those of us that don't understand when he says no. No, it's no good for you. It's not actually going to satisfy your desire. It's not actually the answer. It's not actually what you want. Something to that extent, but in the other sense, it was teaching about lack mentality. No matter what you get, you always want more. And that's what he said. Let me repeat what was said to me. You shall not receive more for your lack and want for more. Or for your, what was it? Your want and desire for more. Sorry, I put lack. Meaning, I'm not going to give you any more because you're just going to want more. You're ungrateful. In its most simplistic terms, it's like no matter how much I give you, you still want more. Nothing feeds your thirst and your hunger. Very true. That came out of nowhere, and I just had to bring it to you. And I'm nothing more than the messenger of God, and that was his message to you, along with all these other cards. Now, what's going on? In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch my community page. Oh, I dropped a bomb on fucking on some little Jesus freak. I don't know, I guess. And I had to apologize. I was like, Allie, sorry God took on your little friend there. I don't know, maybe he shouldn't have been, claiming to be a Christ-like. They're really out for those type of people right now. It said in those judging days, they were the first to go. Anyone that proclaims to be of the Spirit and walk in the flesh, and that's pretty much all I do over here, is I think that you're a spiritual person, and I fall for your bullshit just like everyone else. And then we find out you're a full-on ass lie. I didn't do nothing, and that's why I said, look, Allie, he blocked me for that message. God wanted to show how judging he is under the name of Christ. Why did he block me? Out of fear. God made a fucking lesson out of him. It wasn't my problem. I just sat there and watched it go down. I got caught in the middle. And that's what he says. And then he'll come at you twice as hard for fucking with me because he told me to tell you some shit. Something, and they're not always as biblically sounding as that. I break it down into simplistic terms, but in the essence, yeah. You know what I mean? He speaks, I listen, I deliver the message, and that's what I did here. So, going back to that happened, and then just recently I sat down for breakfast, I turned on the TV, and the first Harry Potter was on, and he was riding the train, and he's like, oh, you're Harry Potter. Now, this is Harry Potter, the famous Harry Potter that doesn't know he's even magical, that just got told that he's magical, and he's being introduced into a magical realm that they think he's the savior of. Go figure. How fun is that? And it's, as they're teaching him all this stuff, here comes Snape, and he's like, do you know the difference between Wolfsbane and Mugwort? I was like, yeah, I do, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I can teach you how to brew and this and that. Yeah, we do all that shit over here. And I've said that for hella long. This is a whole Hogwarts station. I'm looking for teachers and leaders, not so much students, you know what I mean? God decides who are the, students to learn such things. But ultimately, yeah. And so I was watching, and it was all captivating, because I remember when I first watched this movie, like everyone does, or just being a person that just first looks into the world of mysticism. They captivated it in a way that you could, but before it was all deemed evil. And there are still those that are like, no, you shouldn't be watching that shit, and blah, 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 blah. But it very much is everything I teach. I teach you all of that. So last night they were pulling it was on before I went to sleep, they were pulling the mandrake roots out. And all I could see is my mandrake root. Yeah, I have all of that. All of this is ancient teachings. And I teach you not just the Wiccan ways, the witches' ways, but I teach you Jesus's ways, the Buddhist ways. I teach you all of the ways that, were considered ways of, empowerment. And, this whole movie is all about harnessing, they're teaching them how to use the land and the herbs and stuff like that. And they're teaching them defensive magic. It's practical magic through this whole thing. If you watch all 8 of the movies, it's all about how to use it, to heal and protect. None of them are really, trying to, there was a couple of love spells gone bad. A couple of curses backfired, But ultimately, that's what they teach is, how do you use this as self-sustaining, use this magic as protection and healing, and, and that's it through the whole thing. And then there's those that seek to abuse such powers. Okay, now let's go to Star Wars. The Force is strong within everyone. We don't own the Force, but what forces are pushing you? Then you go back to religion. Is that an angel or a demon on your fucking back? And then you go back to science. What part of are you using your right frontal lobe or your left frontal lobe? It's all brings it together, and that's where I come and I show you the togetherness of everything. And that's what it means to be a transcendial, according to science. Science knows what I am, even though you don't. A transcendial being. I teach you the science of self-realization, which is self-actualization taught in science, which is that of the Buddhist, which is enlightenment, or the awakening, or walking in the Spirit, being baptized in the Holy Spirit, and all these great things. I teach you all of that. I'm a whole ass fucking station for it, but it's not my teachings. I mean, going back to the Dark Goddess, yes, I tell you who I am and how they praised me, and this is how they worked, and I show you the works of the Dark Goddess. But I tell you who I was, who I am in time, and how this is how they honored me, and this is what they did, and blah, 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 blah. As well as I tell you about Jesus and his placement in time, and Buddha, and everybody that comes to me. You know what I mean? It's just teaching you what you've long forgotten that should have been passed down through your ancestors, but now all you got is generational curses of poverty and despair and suffering and all of that. So in the sense of self-actualization and self-realization, I teach you self-awareness, and during that, it's a self-healing journey. I teach you in a spiritual form, therefore I am your spiritual healer and teacher. I'm an oracle, meaning I have foresight. I can see beyond the limits of today. I taught you that yesterday. The limitations of time are only put into the world of human beings. Time does not move. If you put time in a sense of based off of the sun and the moon, and you put yourself in Neptune, then what time is it? If the moon doesn't shine and the sun doesn't shine, then there is no time. You're stupid. Do you know what I mean? You say that this is what it is, and that's where we can break all your scientific, quotations and limitations to how the universe works and what things will be. Ultimately, that's what everyone's doing with their little divination tools, is trying to see the future. I come to tell you that it's already been written. We are here to change the future in our evolution. But if you're still working on old dynamics of old studies, you're not going to understand the new world and the new teachings, ultimately. So I just wanted to break that down. Going back to, he's upset and she's like, oh, a crazy witch. Who are you? Do you even really know Jesus? Like, are you serious? Seriously? What is your denomination of church? What is your tithe? Oh. I'm just being a cunt, because that's what I am. Anyways, let's get on to it. I got some cards and some stuff. We need to check in with our demons. It's been a long time. Been a while. I miss my children. My children. Who are the demons? The fallen. They're you. Lucifer, me, the demons. What are they? We were gods among gods, just like you, that fell to the fucking desires of our fucking being, that wanted to use our being to be more superior than other beings, that fell victim to the feelings of insecurities, rejection, you know what I mean? All of this shit. Competition, jealousy, envy, shit like that. Every being. How do you become, you know what I mean, an extraterrestrial being? You overcome the being, the body, the mind of how, that's your mind and your feelings. If you don't fall victim, fell out of my hand. If you don't fall victim to the fucking thoughts in the flesh, or the thoughts and the feelings, then you're not trapped by the fucking conscious of the mind. What do we got? Okay. This is very interesting. I'm just quiet. Take a breath. Welcome to the beginning of the end. Alright. Abigor. Alisor. Now there's Alistair, and then there's Alisor. Alisor is another demon who comes to us from Wyer's, whatever, his book, in which he is named the Great Duke of Hell. Duke of Hell. Commanding 36 legions of demons. He, like Abigor, appears as a knight on a horseback, but unlike Abigor, Alisor does not seem to be interested in the art of war or military strategy. No, we're not interested in that bullshit. Instead, he focuses on astronomy and the liberal arts, and he does enjoy tempting those who summon him into acts of immorality. Take your good with your bad. Meaning what? He's all good, but then he has this little dark side to him. We all have this little dark side, right? So listen again. Instead, he focuses on astronomy, right? Planets and stuff, movement, liberal arts, and he does enjoy tempting those who summon him into acts of immorality. But let's be fair, he is a demon. He should be allowed to have a bit of fun. Alistair's cat-like appearance is Lewis Bretton's card, is not caricature. He is most often described as having a face of a lion with glowing eyes and a roaring voice. Are you still picking up those Leos? Perhaps that animal characteristic are responsible for another of his gifts. Alistair is said to be able to guide those who summon him to find good familiars, and surely many of those are classic black cats. Inspiration. Picture the cliché of a large, powerful general with a booming voice and a body sense of humor and a proudly ruddy cheeks, and you're not far from the picture of Alisor. Well, and that's it. Who are they painting? What's his name? Hagrid. Big old guy, just jolly and shit. The permanent ruddy cheeks, and you're not far from the picture of Alistair. Why Abigor is a sort of general whose wars could bring the mind to chessboard, Alistair's engagements would seem to be more of those Viking warlords with the knowledge of astronomy to guide his armies and a love of the art of appreciation to the treasures he conquers. Divination on page 13. Focus on the liberal science, including observation and charting. I'm seeing patterning. That's where you should start catching it, and that's where we're at too. So that's what I do, and we're in our third year of this. So every year we go around this wheel of life. I'm supposed to be catching the patterns every year. I catch him, I teach him. But I'm not the only one that's supposed to be catching this wheel of life. The more we catch of what it is, the more we can catch it. Right now you're catching dust because you don't know what it is. And each time I open up the books, it makes us more aware of what it is. Meaning people are looking for the answers of the future. The future's already been written. They're in these books. They're in our knowledge. They're all around us telling us what is happening and what is about to come. They keep telling us. They guide us into the coming of what is. But it's already been done if you know where I come from. It's already done, bro. That's why I say it's like you're trying to become what will be. It's already will be, no matter what. The becoming is in the moment of the realization that you've already become so much. And not the desire to become more, but knowing. Because that's the Kobe, the becoming better. Just doing it. I swear to you, as much as it is, just him sitting there, just slapping a ball, that's what he's showing me, just slapping a ball in a chair, he's still becoming better. He doesn't have to get up, to stand up, to run with the ball, but just this movement of nothing, just sitting here in the movement of nothing is becoming better because he's training himself to be better. It's endurance, it's training his muscles, it's training him in the sense of he's apart but set apart. Is this what he's showing me? He's showing me in the sense of, okay, first he showed me he was just at like a kitchen table, just while they're talking, just hitting the ball. That would be quite annoying, I guess. But then he's showing me from there, he showed me the bench. You don't stop training while you're on the bench. You're in a certain level of training while on the bench because now you have to hold together all of your stuff to be ready for that moment. But these are very important moments too. Meaning once they bench you, you can't just take your bra off and take your shoes off and just lay it all out. You're still got to be ready, but this is a moment to calm down during the ready. A calm during the storm. That's what he's saying. Isn't he wise? He just knows how to speak to me. We've been speaking for a long, long time. So anyways, focus on the liberal science, including observation and charting. And that's what he did a lot of shit about. He'd sit there and watch. And that's Marshall. He's watching. That's why Marshall keeps up with me. As much as he studies. He's a student. He's studying, but he's applying and he's mastering. That's how you do it. You study it, you apply it, you master it. That's how he keeps opening God keeps opening that door. I have no idea what happens, but I promise you, it'll say on my Instagram, you can't message this person, you must follow this person. And it just closes. And then all of a sudden it just opens. God opens and closes doors in your life. I know it sounds like so twisted. You're like, no, there's a glitch in your system. What's the glitch? What's the system? The system is the matrix and the glitch is God. What the fuck are you talking about, Beavis? In the sense of he's applying it. And that's why it's like you guys are watching it, but are you working it? Are you moving it? And that's where I was getting on Jesus freak over there. Okay, that's all I said to him. Do you walk in the spirit of Jesus or you just study the motherfucker? The motherfucker. Maybe he got mad because I told him to look at his penis. I don't know where that came from either. That's where your manhood is. You determine your manhood based on this appendage that you can't even see, that you don't even know what to do with, that you use against others, and that yet you're so insecure about. That was a good one. I just had to stay quiet. I was like, who just said that? That is like, that wasn't me. It was Patricia. Just kidding. Whoa, that was deep. Whoa. Demon deep. Wow, I gotta write that down. I mean, it's written in stone now. It's on the internet. Just like your dirty pictures, Kim Kardashian. Written in the stars, a million miles away. Don't mind me. Oh, and that was Allie. That's what I heard. I died. Allie, I died. And I was like, after I sent you the apology, I was like, I went into the bathroom to do some shit or something, and all I heard was the movie, from the part from the Goonies. She's crazy, but she's our friend. She's crazy, but she's mine. Oh, man, that was good stuff. All right, let's see. Let's pick up your Dark Goddess. They brought me the book. Ugh, the book. I want to read a scary book. It's called The Alchemy and Transformation of Your Life. As soon as you start reading this, it's like Harry Potter, bro. I swear to God. This book comes to life in your life. I always said in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, don't read this. This book should have came with a warning. What was the warning? If you read it, they will come. You're asking for it. This is how I learned how to transform my life. Thank God Jesus was there too. There's levels to this shit, people. Levels and devils. What is it? It's your own dark feelings, bro. That's how I learned. I learned how to. If you look up anything about an alchemist, it's the ability to transform raw material into gold, bro. Which is basically darkness into light. Nothing into something. So that's what we do, and you got a good view of that yesterday, how I can take a bad memory, a bad experience, a trauma, and bring light to it and love, not just for myself, for others, as they witness what I witnessed happened in my life. I can do it in my life, and I can do it in yours. That's how I'm programmed. I'm programmed to see it in a higher consciousness because I have the eyes. I've got the eyes of an angel. I hate that song. Have you heard that song? Why do I hate that song? Because they play it at people's weddings, bro. It's the only time at funerals. In the eyes of an angel. How many funerals have I been? I don't know. 5 funerals and a wedding. I'm just kidding. That was too funny. But anyways, I'm really waiting for you to purchase this book because it's going to fuck up your life, but it's going to help you have understanding about the ride of your life. You could also purchase all the other books. I'm not a member of these. I don't get a discount. I had to literally buy this shit. Some of the shit I get at the thrift store, God discounted the shit out of it for me. But in the sense of it was my way into self-realization, self-actualization, and self-healing. Right? The Alchemy of Transformation, this was my first guide, but I have different guidebooks that teach us in all different ways and forms and religions and teaching and ways to teach you how to become self-aware, self-realized, and self-transformed by your new realizations, which are things that we call ego deaths. I don't teach the whole part of it. I teach the dirty, nasty, dark part of it, which are the fucking ugly feelings. I'm here to catch you during the ugly feelings of the opening of your eyes and your heart. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Please stop. It hurts. Like I'm gonna die. It's a very painful open heart surgery from how we do it. Now, there is all these wonderful love and light communities that find it through psychedelics and sex. I'm not part of that great crowd, dude. I'm dead. I'm gonna fall out of my chair. Please, God, hold my head up. I'm just a baby. Don't let me fall. I said that, and then I was like, here's my mushrooms, and I do blowjobs. God. You like the witch laugh they gave me? Impressive. Did I always have it? No, I just had to develop it. Where'd it come from? The light. My laugh got so big that this is what comes out of me. And the clap, that's Kobe. If you don't get off me, that's all you ever get out of it. But he claps a lot lately, right? I can make him clap. I'm falling. I hear all the songs that go with it. It's not funny. All right, you're messing up my makeup. I put on a pretty face for this bullshit. Let's get to it. 23:33. Love and light, bitch. Love and light. Sorry, it's Saturday. We'll be in the light messages tomorrow with, all of our ascending masters and archangels and all of that bullshit. But I like to keep it dark and dingy over here. So let's get into the dirty, which is what... your shadows. The stuff I really like. I'm such a lunatic, huh? So fun. Who doesn't want to sit with me on Saturday watching Harry Potter and talking bullshit? Teaching mysticism. Cutting men down to their appendages. I'm the funnest person that God ever made. And yet, nobody wants to have this much fun with me. So sad. I saw my Eve. Are we battling? Don't be battling. I don't want to battle, sister. Sister. What is it? Oh. Oh, okay, coercion. Oh, are you peacocking me? Somebody's trying to coerce you. Into what? You're trying to convince my mind? My mind doesn't work. I've proven that so many times. My mind is not a working... Science understands. I don't know why you don't. They have no understanding. So you don't have any compassion. But I love it. Mind games, bro. You can't play mind games on someone that doesn't use their mind. Mind your business. I tell you that all the time. I just made a whole video about how my mind doesn't work, and this is why. Like, I don't use my thoughts. There's something up there that could be useful, but not usually. It all comes from my heart. So how are you going to make me, coerce me with, mind games? I don't think. That's all you do is think. What you think? What are you thinking about? What do you think you're going to do? You're always thinking in the sense of planning, intending, manifesting, I don't know, worrying, stressing. Your mind is just always forever transferring information into your soul. I don't know what it's doing, actually. Where is all this shit going? Coercion. Okay, well, let me point out, she is not in my book, so we were just advertising the levels of this book. If I had to go by a level of this book, a devil of this book, we'd go back to where we were, which was seeking hell. You're in your own hell. Great. And there's Mama Bridge. Here I come again. As the goddess of death, hell can be compared to the Haitian queen of the cemetery, Mama Bridge, a very powerful dark goddess in voodoo belief. I pulled the bridge card yesterday. I didn't start this way. Love and light, bitch, until you start fucking with my peoples, and then I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. Mama said knock you out. Who? Mama Bridge. I taught you yesterday how to make her cross the bridge. Anyways, she guards over cemeteries, and the figures represented by the first female buried in the very voodoo cemetery. She protects the lay souls. Lay souls. Anyways, what else? And has a final say to who will be redeemed for their sins and who shall suffer for having their own sins inflicted upon them. I didn't really do that to you. I knew they were going to fuck him. I told you they were going to fuck you. That's all I can do is tell you. That's me. The oracle, the seer, the sage, the mystic, Dude, all of that just means I could see it. It doesn't matter. I tell you all the time, fuckheads. I can't save you. This isn't me. I didn't put no curse on you. I'm not doing this, but I can see what they're going to do to you. And that's not very cool. And I try to tell you, turn from your evil ways. I mean, he didn't even give me a chance. He said, oh, it's a witch. I'm out. I'm out. Dude, yeah, I'm the light of Jesus, bro. He's right behind me. You better not go nowhere. He's going to judge you right after. I swear to you, I tell you all the time. I am the messenger of God. What it comes behind me? God, bro. He's right there when I'm messaging. He's not going to let me tell you something I'm not supposed to tell you. He's not going to let me tell you some shit I can't tell you. He's not... I don't even want to tell you nothing. I don't even want to know. He makes me tell you. Do you understand this? My role in this position? So, anyways, going back to before my role, when he said so, I surrendered the roles to be his servant and his messenger in this game. This is the game I play now. But before... I had the final say who will be redeemed for their sins and who shall suffer for their own sins inflicted upon them. Which is what? Karma. He always gave me the right of karma. Karma. He always gave me the right to judge because I judged the heart. Not the action, the heart. It was always the heart. Going back to Egyptians, we judge the heart, bitch. It's not what you did, it's why you did it. I tell you that, fuckers. Why'd you do this? And I find forgiveness and compassion in you, and I try to release you of your sins. All you gotta do is turn around and fucking turn to the guy and say, please forgive me for I have sinned. And turn to your ways. I tell you which ways. He told you. 3 easy steps, bro. All I do is make you aware, self-aware, self-realized. A, you're covered in shit. You're all in your darkness, and you need to turn from your evil ways. No, instead you become eviler in your ways. There's no such thing as evil. But in the sense of, I don't judge you. I laugh at you. Every fucking one of you. And I tell you that you better stop that shit because God's going to get you. And that's what I started that video. God's gonna get you. What the fuck you think I'm doing around here is watching him get everyone. What do you think I got here? I came for the getting. When the getting was good. I love you, God. You're so funny. We have such a great relationship. Anyways, going back. Yeah, I came when the get. You should be getting it. Getting while the getting is good. Stop it! The Holy Spirit has no chill, bro. It's a no chill zone. It's a no flex zone in the choirs of God. They don't give a shit about your shit, bro. You did this shit. You reap this shit. You sow this shit. You eat this shit. This is your shit. I'm not the one that does this shit. I get myself caught up in this shit all the time. I tell you. I just laugh. Again, I've been in judgment my whole life, bro. In all eternity. I've been in watching judgment go down since the beginning of this town, bro. What are you talking about, bitch? I watched God judge you and judge the universe and judge everything. I'm that bitch that flew out and stood on the outside just fucking with everybody. Telling you God's gonna get you. Let my people go. I did. What are you? They're not listening. Sorry. Sucks to be you. Anyways, Santa Muerta, or Saint Death, is depicted, it's just the Kali, as a frightful hooded skeleton beholding a synth in one hand and the globe in the other. The deadly Mexican, Viva Mexico, putito! Ya fui pa mis hermanas y mis hermanos. And then what are you doing down there? Just acting like you're a fucking whole-ass fucking hoe-ass. I just want to point that out. Wolfman, you are not doing any spiritual exploration. You are nothing but an Instagram with a passport. You are a Insta ho. Insta ho. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. What are you doing, bro? You're just running around. You're backpacking. But you're not doing anything with your backpack. Backpack. Listen here, Dora the Explorer. Holy Spirit, you are so welcome here to destroy whoever you want. But just don't get me all fucked up in the middle of this bullshit. I'll be laughing at your asses. Super funny. This deadly Mexican saint truly is the personification of death itself. Much like hell, it could be mistaken for the Grim Reaper. And that's it. You didn't know I was Guatemalan, bro? You didn't know I'm like the Queen of Guatemala, bro? That my family is actually all this, and this is all this blood on my hands in Guatemala? And you're like, I'm on the edge of Guatemala. Yeah, jump, bitch. Jump. Jump. And that's what I told you 2 days ago. What makes you think you're going to make it through my lands? This land is mine. All lands are my land. I'm Mother Earth, bro. I was made of the dirt. I am the dirt. And all of that shit. What the fuck are you? You're just gonna... I've got to find out stuff. Going on. Santa Muerta, however, offers protection and safe passage to the afterlife to those who honor her. For death goddess are often looked upon as the maternal and most loving in times of sorrow and loss. Her lesson is one of duality, a bittersweet combination of pain and love coexisting as she offers compassion and understanding while she snatches you from your loved ones or someone you hold dear. Boom. That was God. God gave me such things. I told you that. He let me do that shit in all my lives. That's it. I could also have the power to bring back life. I have all that stuff. Who said so? Jesus. If you shall so believe, the power lies within you. The force is strong within you, not with you. All you think about is, the power inside of you is your power of thought. And you don't think too well about anything. Alright, anyways, reasons for working with her is because you're coming from a place of denial and isolation. When you're in denial, you think it protects you from unjust condemnation, and you just don't want to look bad to others, and their opinion counts for some reason. Enough said. You're in denial. Okay. His name was Daniel. Daniel the Denial. Hey, are you going to start your Daniel's fast? Isn't it fasting season? Don't we have Lent? Don't we have all these things coming up? Your religious practices? Are you practicing religiously? Coercion. Let's get into this. Does anybody want to say her name? Erishika. Okay, hold on. Erishikagal. Yeah, that was the best I could do. And I went to Kelly. Erishikagal. Did I say it right? I don't know. We might have called in something worse. Yeah, Famanach. There's nothing worse than Famanach. All right. Yuck. Coercion. Force to conform. Enticement is the darkest form. Never jump to each demand. Threats be gone. Now take a stand. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place. Blessed be. So when shit starts happening in his life, he's going to go to the church and say that it's all my fault. And what is the church going to tell him? Pray. You better pray. Are they going to do some kind of ceremony? Are they going to do something? Or how far do you guys' beliefs that I did something in your life? You put all power in me. Right? I told you, God's about to fuck you up. And you say, no. What God? What are you talking about? The same Father who art in heaven that Jesus proclaimed. What are you talking about, bro? Said, you know what I mean? He's a just God. He just doesn't like what you're doing right now. Such an irritating daughter of God, aren't I? I mean, seriously. That's why you kept me hidden in there. You're gonna love her. Whether you like it or not. Like, oh my God, what is she? That's God's daughter. You better be respectful. He loves her a lot. That's what I mean in heaven. They're like, oh God, Lilith's back. It's Lilith. What am I? Goddess. There's God and Goddess. I am Goddess. I don't think you get it. That's what's so funny. He loves me so much. Because I am him. You're never going to get this. And who are you? His children? You're not my children. You're his children. his ugly stepchildren. I'm going to step all over these fucking children of yours. Who am I? The evil stepmother. Do you hear all the songs, Marshall? Do you hear the punchlines? I do. It was great stuff. I can't hold my head up, and I'm losing all my makeup. Oh, and we're still rhyming. Breathe. You've seen some dark days indeed, I guess. It is though your whole life has been run entirely by emotional blackmail. I mean, it was black. You got mail, I guess. It might have been a black male. It was dark. I've never been with a black guy. They say once you go black, you never go back. A victim of coercion. You have carried the fear, guilt, and shame placed upon you by others for their own beliefs. Oh yeah, that's it. Who told you to be so scared? You never watched Harry Potter? Come here. I got all that shit. Let's brew up some bullshit. Set a fire. You want to touch my kitty? Oh my God. Stop it, Holy Spirit. No wonder they won't let me go outside right now. I am out of control. If I start talking to people like this, I'd die on the wheel. That's it, because I can't hold my head up when this shit happens. So I'd grab the wheel with me, and we'd end up, us and the car turned over laughing. Oh, God. Give me a minute. My head hurts. I know. I didn't say it. I'm never gonna get through this. I'm filled with too much. Okay, wipe your eyes again. Alright. Anyways, sensitivity to your own wants and needs, playing second fiddle to the desires of others. Yuck. Unfortunately, this is the only survival skill for existing that you are familiar with, so you too have become a hostage in this way of dark enticement. Time to acknowledge and change your acceptance for any demands that have been placed too heavy upon you. Make a stand, be strong, don't be coerced into anything that doesn't sit well with you. Iri Shikigawa, I guess I fucked it all up again, knows firsthand what it is like to be second best. She advises you to walk away. She urges you to reclaim your power, your personal power, as you release any victimhood or blackmailing tendencies. I don't know. Life is too short or too precious to be up for ransom. Dark foresight. Don't give in to emotional blackmail. Ooh, somebody's trying to make you feel bad. Confident or confide in someone you trust. Make a list of your priorities and put yourself first. Be careful with whom you share your secrets. Someone is asking too many personal questions. Put some boundaries in place. A power struggle incites threats. Walk away. Ooh, the blackmailer of Sumerian origin. She passes through judgment on the deceased. Here we go, judgment again. Ariki Shigal, whatever, famously threatened the king of gods himself, saying she would bring all of the dead back to life to and release them upon the world unless her lover, Nergal, was allowed to stay and rule with her. She got her way. I will wreak havoc on these fucking people if you don't give me back my man. Ooh. Very feminine. Ew. I didn't take your man. Are you mad? Did I ever? Was he really yours? Ew. You can have him. I don't know what that's all about. I want nothing to do with this. I had nothing to do with this. Was it you? I don't know. But you better not come fucking with me with that bullshit. Don't come knocking on my door. You keep a knocking, but you can't come in. Meaning, I don't... Maybe. I don't know. Are you fighting for your man? Is he your man? I don't... Whatever. Amen. See how much I give a fuck? I don't give a fuck. We got a Notoria card, and then... Okay, I was going to do these, and then the Notoria, but the Notoria says first. Notoria! What do we got? The Notoria, which is the flow of energy. We are flowing into this bullshit. Hey, you're showing a lot of stuff there. The Wheel of Fortune. What does that mean? Oh, you're screwed. Fate. That all things that it's destined to be. That's just the way it is. Good morning, Pocky Pock. God of Confessions. These are your confessions. No, that was Daniel. This one is Imamia. Mamaya. Ayamaya. Maybe that's what it is. See, that's not even the card I'm looking at. I'm looking at the wrong number. Well, we'll try to get your name next time. And I was looking at the next guy. It's like, I'm Maya. I'm trying to sound it out here, people. Haha Saya. Haha Saya. Haha Saya. Okay. The God of Impenetrable Secret. Ooh, you and your secrets. Are you the one telling on everyone? All right, here we go with this. I hope I say it right. Sit Gloria Domini in Seculium Laetabitur Dominius in Operibus Suis. Sure, my best. Haha Saya. Haha Saya acts by taking into consideration the causes that generate a given situation. Cause and effect, people. Cause and effect. We will move towards evolution in the present to complete the cycle to our advantage. This rotation starts with creative fire. Yeah, the fire. Told you. Which perceives truth by instinct. To water that imbues it with feelings. Spreads through the air, reaches our intellect to materialize on earth. Did you hear how it goes? This is how they do it. Fire, which is the tower. The rotation starts, the creative fire, which perceived by the truth of instinct, to water that imbues with feelings. All right, so the fire is, you get a fire lit in your, the fire is the perception. The tower happens inside, the ego death. It happens inside, so which perceives truth by instinct. The water is your emotions, how you feel about it. To water that imbues it with feelings. Spreads through the air. Talking about how you receive it through your brain. You know what I mean? Reaching our intellects to materialize it on earth. It has to go through all these stages. If you can't force yourself to believe this new higher truth and feel your way... you see the truth. You feel your way through it. You speak the new truth and you walk into it. Somebody write that down. That sounded great. Yep, I said it. That was me. Not really. I don't know who said it. But that's what it is. is, you know what I mean, that's the alchemical process, and we do this quite often. It's the, you know what I mean, the aha moment, the perception, the higher knowing, you know what I mean, the ego death, the tower, where everything comes crashing down, inside or out. Now it happens. You have to feel how it feels, that this is this new crash of truth, right? You got to go through the feelings of it. That's your water that imbues it with feelings. You have to spread through the air. That means you have to work through the thoughts of it, reaching our intellect to materialize it. After you can work through the thoughts of it, now you can walk through it. If this transition does not occur smoothly because of some emotional DOS, the energy of the principality will generate a temporary stalemate or a total blockage. That's what I say, you're spiritually constipated. And that's why I kept calling him fat. I lost more inches. Like my stomach is almost fully flat. Like I got a tummy tuck. You're like, what? Yeah, it looks like I did or something. It just keeps going flatter and flatter because I'm working through the blockages. It's not actually, it's matter. It becomes matter. Your thoughts become matter outside of you, correct? Manifestations, I can think it and then it becomes something. Okay? You think it and it becomes something, but you don't put it outside of you, so it stays inside of you and it becomes all of these health issues. Matter. You have all of these blockages. You get fat. You have your blood doesn't flow. You have poor circulation or poor something. All of this matter, all these things that matter to you, that you didn't make matter in your reality, now are mattering inside of your body. Man, are we in this higher level of speaking and knowledge, right? Like, where did she become so wise? I'm with the wise ones, bro. They're speaking. I'm just the messenger. Don't get it fucked up. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been around all this wise shit and I've known all this shit forever. But in my flesh, nah, bro. I've only been awoken for 2.5 years and it's all coming back. Imagine where we'll be in 5 years and how much knowledge I can get out of the universe if I keep doing this. Imagine how much universal knowledge you could have if you just unblocked your bullshit. That's what I teach you, is the blockage, the flow of energy. It comes through your crown, and that's where I get all of mine. I told you there's no thoughts in there. I can see these visions. I can see these places. I can see all of it through what they call your third eye, which is your mind's eye. It's past your mind. It's past your mind. But you can't get past your mind, so we spend a lot of fucking bullshit ass time working through your thoughts and your feelings. Not mine. I get one thought and one feeling, and we work through them. That's the only way I can work with you, but I can't force a thought or a feeling. But anytime I go outside, the things I see make me think, and they make me feel. So then I teach you how I think and how I feel, because I am not like you. But I'm teaching you to be like Christ, because that's where it comes from. Is, you know what I mean, our Christ-likeness, the consciousness. I have his eyes, but, you know, my mouth. The serpent's tongue. I love you. And God goes wild. You heard my sponge mouth laugh. It's coming out. I can't. Keep it back. That was a good one. So much love and light and shit. The more I love my life, the more I'm filled with light. All right, 51. Principalities. The Wheel of Fortune. Our planet is Jupiter and Sagittarius. Erotesic is the Seven of Wands. What is that, defense? We're about to find out. On that ass. Like, you don't read tarot? No, I read God. God didn't write your tarot shit. I mean, he did, sort of. We'll find God in there. Hold on a second. Remember, Seven of Wands. I'm not gonna remember. Remember me. I'm trying. Seven of Wands. That's why I was like, I have to repeat this stuff. Why? Because they start talking about other shit. Well, I'm trying to remember. See? I'm thinking about brewing some shit. Seven of Wands. Lovers. Moon. Seven of Wands. Truce. Seven of Wands. These are all upside down. This is where we're getting to. We're getting there. We'll talk about that in a minute. 10 of Wands. 7 of Wands. The Sun. Probably talk about the Wheel of Fortune. We already did. This is the world. The Wheel of Fortune. We talked about that. Go find that. 7 of Wands. 9. 7. Nope. Death. The Sickle. Is that me? Could be. Oh, God. 7 of Swords is Loki. Sorry. I'm trying to think, what the fuck is a 7 of Wands? Like your cards are, I can do this. I can do this, people. 7 of Wands, Beltane. That's what comes first, and then Symbolic. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Come on, are you really going to be at the bottom, you piece of poopies? 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. I can't find it. I'm getting mad. There's only 70-something cards to go through. And they're all upside down and backwards and all this shit.
What's up? Can I pick one?
Hold on, I'm looking for one specific. The 7 of Wands. 6 of Wands. 5 of Wands. 8 of Wands. 7 of Wands.
Boring.
Current energy. So if you're not in the Wheel of Fortune, where you're letting things flow and you're just accepting fate and destiny and the cycles of life and change, then you're taking on a challenge, huh? You're taking on God? That's what I got out of it. Because it says, you know, the erotesic means the dark side of this card. In essence, sort of. Kind of. It doesn't always, you know, drift away from it, and it doesn't mean fully darkness. Let's see, 7 of Wands. This is where you're at. You're meeting a female warrior battling against a number of enemies. She holds the higher ground and seems exhilarated by the fight and a fierce passion of wands running through her veins. I am Atlantia, she cries, and I've had to fight my whole life. When I was born, my father wanted a son, so he left me on the mountaintop to die. Hunters found me and raised me, and I had to learn to be tough and to master all their skills. Well, this could be you. This is me. In a sense, I grew up in the streets, and I had to become that man. I talked about this yesterday. I joined Meleager and other famous heroes on a boar hunt. Some of the men didn't like a woman being involved, but I was the first to hit the boar and draw the blood. I sailed with Argonauts, on the only female among them. I wrestled and defeated Peleus in the funeral games in Pelias, and my father found me and decided to marry me off against my will. I agreed on the condition that any suitor should be able to beat me on a foot race. I was determined to live by my own standards and principles, even though it cost me dear. 7 of Wands is about taking a stand. If you have achieved success, you must expect competition and challenges to your authority from external sources. Draw on your courage and passion to fight for what you believe in, and despite the odds, you are likely to succeed. This is what it takes to be successful. I just want to point out, like, you know what I mean? Like, that is totally the weather. We're weathering the storm. However, be sure the cause is just, and there's no point in making trouble for its own sake. You might come to realize that you no longer want the things you've been fighting for, and the price is not worth it if it doesn't bring you happiness. A relationship may have changed and become more challenging. I gotta take a minute to watch my words. Your wants and desires change as you change. You're always going to want that thing. If that's, you know what I mean? You're always going to want that thing. Meaning, when you're a kid, you always want a kid toy. But when you get older, that same toy is not going to bring you the same happiness. Does that make sense? Like your favorite bike, when you become older, you're going to want a new bike that fits you better. You might not even like riding a bike anymore. The things you love today will be the things that you might not be part of you tomorrow. Or they might be even stronger and you're on a better bike. You're on a whole different, you know what I mean? You're on a unicycle or something. But as it says here, a relationship may have changed and become more challenging. I said that to Wolfman yesterday. It's like, I made this whole video last night. I was guided to make a video, but in the middle of the video, there was this whole police activity, and I put the camera on to show it, and then I realized that I was showing everyone where I was staying, so I had to delete the video. It was unbelievable what I watched. It happened right in front of me. It was the most funniest thing I ever saw. I'm not going to talk about it because that's a whole another 20-minute talk. But the thing that put me on the video was like, you hate me. Do you really hate me? And I heard it from one person, and then I saw everybody in the crowd asking me because I've told them I hate them. And they all want to know. This one person's like, do you really hate me? And then everybody wants to know, well, what about me? Do you hate me too? Do you hate me? Do you hate me? I apologize. That's the word we use because we don't know, we're limited to our vocabulary. Hate means I can't stand you. Is that true? Do I make a stand when it comes to you? No. I'm not like everyone else. But that's what you must understand about other people. They don't hate you. They can't stand you. Meaning you stand for something that is against what they stand for. And therefore, they will turn their back on you. Hate crimes, like racism, they say that's hate. Do they really hate black people? White people, Mexicans? They can't fully hate them because they're everywhere. They can't stand them. And that's what they'll tell you. I can't fucking stand these Venezuelans, is what I hear a lot right now. Why? You're looking for reasons not to like them. And the things you don't like about them are things that remind you of your life. Meaning you should have a better life. You shouldn't be around these people. Somebody told you that these people were bad or this or that. All the shit that's popping off in this parking lot, none of it is the Venezuelans. But I would say they take up more of the space here than any of us. Truthfully. In the sense of, like going back to that, do I hate you? No, I apologize for saying that. I get to a place where I can't stand you. But I can push that to understanding, where I can tolerate more of you. And that's where it is. It's a lack of understanding. And there's some really great movies about how people, walked in racism and then turned into equality because they just learned to understand. You know what I mean? You can't have compassion and love and understanding for something you don't know. And you fear the things you don't know. And you seek to destroy the things you don't know. Or you seek to run away from. You don't want them to move into your neighborhood because you've heard bad things about those type of people. Are these people those people? Yeah, by color, by creed, by, by race, by sex, by, by income. But now you've made them carry the sins of those that came before them that had nothing to do with you, and they just want to be your new neighbor. Won't you be my... Oh my God, Mr. Rogers wants me to do my laundry, and I swear to God, I've got like $30 worth of it I've got to do. I love you, Mr. Rogers. I hear you. Oh, fuck. When I hear that voice, that means do your laundry. Take out the papers and the trash. That's a great song. Yiggity yak, don't talk back. I hear you. Shut up. See? The Holy Spirit talks all different languages. It talks in tongues. Going back to it, a relationship has changed and become more challenging. Meaning your tolerance level. Your tolerance level, guys, it changes. It takes, you have less patience or more patience. You have less desire or more desire. You have less wants, more wants. It goes back to what I said. It's like, even if I say I don't want this, doesn't mean I don't want. It just means I don't want this. I'm going to want something else. Forever wanting. Forever desiring. Now, going back to the men. It's like, going back to Wolfman. I can't stand you. I don't want to deal with you. Why? Because you're pushing my limits, is what I said. You keep pushing my limits. Do I have a limit? I mean, I have boundaries. That's going to get you fucked up. That'll get you fucked up. But as far as my limits to my patience, my understanding, my compassion, and my love, no, I find out what the limit is every day by the more that they push me. Like, I can't believe I can. And I don't even feel like that. It's like, how can I not? How could you forgive them? Why should I not? I can explain to you why they did it. Does that matter? And that's where our justice system is all fucked off. It doesn't matter why you did it. You did it, and you're going to be charged and persecuted to the highest level of the degree, based on, what you did. Your intention really doesn't matter. Your rehabilitation about after it doesn't really matter either. You could learn your lesson in a week, but it doesn't matter. You're not gonna even see the parole board for another 6 years. Because for that crime, that's what you get. You get the same time as everyone else that does that crime. That's not God. You don't have to suffer any longer than, you know what I mean, learning your lesson. And once you learn it, you walk yourself out the gate. He's like, did you learn your lesson? Yeah, come on then. Let's go. We got more lessons to learn. I mean, you're gonna fuck around and get yourself locked up again, sitting down wondering how you got this all fucked up. How did I get this so fucked up? Because you're on your way to figuring it out. You didn't figure it out the first time. Have some patience, have some understanding, see what you did learn from this experience. Because God knows, and I do, He's gonna take you through it again. So, going back to it, a relationship may have changed or become more challenging. Some of them you really just you level out of. You don't do it for me anymore. It's not you, it's me. I have deeper desires, I have deeper wants. Oh, please don't bring him into this. I don't know why Bobby took such risks. But obviously, no matter how you look at it, she wasn't giving him whatever I gave him. That means he's always going to want for more. I don't know what it is. I don't believe it's just that simplistic as flesh. It's his wife. Why wouldn't she do such things for him? I don't believe it's that. But in the sense of, you know what I mean, if you're always wanting something outside of what you have, then you need to pursue, you know what I mean? Some of that needs to be pursued or some of it needs to be understood. Like, you know what I mean? Is this something I really need in my life? Or is this something I'm always pursuing to put into my life? And if I'm putting it, you know, is the pursuit good for me? And if I get this, putting it in my life, is it going to make my life better and everyone around us? Or is this going to end up not working out so well? So let's go back to my intentions with Bobby. Was my intentions with Bobby only to satisfy myself, or did I make it clear that I wanted more than that? You be the judge and jury. I don't care. Only God can judge me now. Anyways, moving on. The reverse possibility. The reverse card suggests weakness and indecision. You may have failed as a leader. You just can't handle your job, or work bullies may be making your life miserable. Don't be too proud to admit it or accept help. The present situation cannot continue, and you need to make some hard decisions. You might have to admit that a relationship is over. If you are in the middle of a divorce, it is time to fight, or it is time to stop the fight and reach a compromise. I don't know what's going on with your relationships. I can just feel it, logic, that you guys are all in your relationship issues. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know what the outcome is. The outcome is God. He'll come out on top. You know what I mean? Everybody loses when you have to make hard decisions. This is not easy. It's not easy to do what feels right and go against what everybody thinks. A divorce alone is not easy. To accept failure and get ready to tell everyone that you failed in a marriage. Because in essence, it's like, well, you couldn't make that one work. How are you going to make another one work? And that's what happens. You walk away as a failure and you don't want to do it again because you failed. You failed as a husband. You failed as a wife. You failed as a mother. You failed as a father. You failed so bad that you had to face the failure and make it stop. It's not a good place to be. And you're taking out the failure on each other, holding each other back from a possible success outside of this failure. And that's the arguing, the tit for tat. I want the car, I want this, I want that. You want your comfy life to stay how it is, and you want this person to keep it, to keep the security. And that's what I told you. What do they want? The security of the life you promised them. Give them what they want. It's going to cost me. Yeah? It might cost you more if you tried to fight it. And that's what you're going to do, is you're going to go to court, and it's going to cost you more fighting it. Give them what they want, what makes them feel safe, what makes them feel secure, what they always thought was theirs when they had you.
I just got on no.
Not right now. Confirmation. That's what this is. It's like it's the end, and now we're gonna fight over what's the shit that's on fire, the shit that's barely left. It's like whatever you like, bro. All this shit. No matter how you look at it, we're gonna have to start new lives. What part of this life do you want to carry into the next life with you? What part will be helpful? I need the minivan. I definitely need this car. I definitely need this house. I definitely need you to pay these bills till I figure out how I'm going to get a job. I got you. What else? I mean, are you going to take care of all the Netflix and all the fucking phone bills? You're going to keep paying all the bills too? Yup. For how long though? I don't know. I never had a job before. Alright, let's figure this. Like, why you gotta have some guy come in and parent you guys through this shit? Like, this is hard. Like, I'm gonna leave you all this, but I'm not gonna have gas money on the week. I'm gonna have to pay for a hotel. We gotta make some changes. Do you think you could, stop? I'm not gonna be able to pay for your nails. I gotta pay for a hotel. I can still pay for your hair, but I can't. I gotta pay for I gotta get me a fucking car too now. I'm gonna give you all this, but I gotta get all new shit too. Like, let's make this comfortable. Don't make me look like a poor parent when you're all rich when I'm giving you all my shit. I want them to live nice while I go over here and figure out, how to build in some more shit. If I'm gonna be in the hotel, bro, don't bring them to the hotel. We'll come to the house. I pay for that house, bitch. Keep the house, but don't make me bring them to the hotel. I'm just saying, like, this. And the way you handle it is because somebody tells you, oh, I think we're falling apart. I think it's time for a divorce. I know a good divorce lawyer. They'll get everything for you. What? I know a good divorce lawyer. They won't get shit. What? No. Kill the lawyers, bro. Kill the lawyers. They're charging you $100 an hour to fucking make sure that the love of your life don't get shit. That's not right, bro. You love this person. You gave them your life, and now you guys are going to have to figure out life without each other, but it's not fair for someone to have a better fucking, you know what I mean? Why does somebody get a better chance at life when both of your lives are ruined? The only one that should have, if anyone, you know what I mean? If it had to be like that, it's like wherever the kids are, make sure there's stability for that. That's it. If you're going to, you know what I mean? If you're going to keep the kids, how are we going to do this? You seem to run the kids all the time. You want to run the kids? You want me to run the kids? What are we going to do? No, bitch, I want to run wild. It's a hot girl summer. You want to go out and play with bitches? No, you sit here and play daddy. Fine, then I get the house. No, wait. No, yeah, I got to stay with the kids. I get a house. That means I'm probably going to get a wife, too, because we get a house. If you're going to be out playing hot girl in the hotels. If I go to the hotels, I'm going to play hot girl in the hotels, too. Wait, what? What? This is what we're doing. Get on track. I just made your divorce real scary, didn't I? Yeah, it's real, dude. This is what's really happening. It's really that somebody is in the pursuit of happiness and everybody's about to be really unhappy about this. This is about to be unhappy moments because you're not going to find that girl in the hotel right away. You're just going to find yourself and you're not going to be feeling too shame. You're not going to be wanting to bring your girl into your hotel because you're trying to figure out how to put food in that hotel and wash your ass and do your laundry and shit because your wife ain't doing none of that shit no more. And you're really sad because you don't see the kids in the morning and shit like that. Or am I talking to the hot girl that left her man and, now she ain't taking the kids to school? I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's what you got to figure out. You got to figure out all this shit. It's not like, oh, brand new life, brand new wife, brand new strife. Brand new strife is what I heard. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, dude. It's all a challenge. It's just like, oh, God, this is so much more work. In the essence, if Bobby wanted to follow his heart and be with me, that just means he's adding another woman and more kids. He was very aware of that. I'm not losing. I'm adding more. I can't take it. You're too much. I get it, bro. I can't take this guy, and he's nothing. He's running around in a backpack with a fucking motorcycle, and I can't even deal with his ass. I get it. That's where it is. You learn to have compassion for others through yourself. It's like if you can't forgive me, then I can't forgive him, and God, Lord, forgive us. Here's your power hour. What did we get out of that hour? Empowerment. That's what I got. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank space. I'm about to drink. I'm missing half of my cards. Don't be that bitch. Don't be stuck. Don't be stuck. You might be stuck because you can't get your mind to wrap around stuff, but you can physically move your body. Actually, you can't. Your mind is all control. You don't understand that about your brain. Your brain controls the movements of your body. So if you can't force your brain to think what you want it to think, then you got a whole lot of problems. You got problems. Now, if you're doing everything, if you're moving your body at every thought that your brain thinks, you got even worse problems. You got problems. I'm not your problem solver. I try to find a solution to my own problems and hope to help you find yours. It is a Friday, then Saturday, Sunday. So what did I see? The Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, coercion. There was a bunch of bullshit on our table, wasn't there? Ugh. Demons and all. The battle of what you deem as good as evil is the battle of, the battle of your mind, and through your thoughts to do what makes you feel good about your life and yourself. Going back to Bobby, he had to battle his mind and his everything to come and feel good with me. What came next is all, I don't know. That's all on him. I've come up with a million hypotheses to how bad that must have felt for him after the fact. But in essence, he had to make that decision, and he might regret that decision. But in the essence, did he not feel good while he was with me, or is he just made to feel bad because of all of the things that he had to do to feel good? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care either way. I'm just trying to use our, like everything, my life as an example to how to deal with yours. It's like, you feel bad that you've got to feel good. You feel guilted and shamed into any time you have to choose yourself. You know what I mean? No matter what. If it wouldn't have been what I said it was, if that didn't happen, no matter what, he was going to be guilted into hanging out with me. If anyone found out. What are you doing hanging out with her? For what reason? Well, let's see. The witch, the crazy, the the hookups. You can find a million reasons why you can shame this man for talking to me. And make him feel bad for talking to me. And if you make him feel bad enough, he won't talk to me. But the question is, when he's talking to me, does he feel bad? So he denies himself the ability to have a good feeling with me because all of the outside forces make him feel bad about that good feeling. I had to work through that myself to even approach the man and go through all of this. So I've already done this healing, but could be you too. Are you made to feel bad about the things that you really want in your life? And you don't want to put up the battle? But then you're just battling yourself. If you're not battling them and those around you that are persecuting you, then you're battling yourself in the persecution, which is ultimately like being gay. You really like men or women, but everyone outside of you makes you feel bad for it. So you're not going to let anyone know, and you're not going to act in that like. You're never going to act in it, which means you're never going to know what it feels like to be gay, even though you are. You're not going to know the good things about being gay. You're only going to feel the bad parts about being gay because you haven't accepted that. You can't accept that you're gay because then nobody else will accept you as gay. You see how this works? Now, let's go into Allie's little friend here. He's a Christian. He could lose it, and that's Allie. Allie could lose his family, his friends, his country, his religion by consorting with me. So he can't consort with me, but he wants to. I want to know more. I wonder what she's doing. She's really funny. I like her. She's silly. She's crazy. She's my friend. But he can't do that because then nobody will be his friend, and they'll think that he's all the things they say I am. But am I a bad person? That's what I said. Am I a bad person, Allie? Do I hurt anybody? I talk a lot of shit. Everybody talks shit. All my shit I'm talking is good shit. What makes me a bad person? Right? But people make you feel bad for hanging out with a person like me. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? And that's what I mean. That's the battle. That's the battlefield. Is can you battle through those? Can you battle the beliefs of those around you to be happy? Everybody else is judging you, but the only one that's judging you is God. But you're letting their judgment control your life. What would people think? Oh no, Russ. What are they gonna think if you come hang out with me? Who knows? They're gonna come up with some crazy thoughts, my friend. Is it gonna make you? Are their thoughts? Can they put their thoughts and feelings on you? And that's it too. People will be like, "You made me do this." I didn't fucking make you do shit. You made me feel this way. Like you ask somebody, "What's wrong with you?" You fucking did this shit, so now I'm all pissed off. I didn't piss you off. I made a mistake, but now you've got all these feelings and you're saying that I did this. I didn't do anything. And that's it. You don't take responsibility for your feelings and how you feel. You let people tell you how to feel about what you do, and you to let them tell you what to do. Ultimately, is what those cards talk about, the coercion. It's like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Well, then just do it. You can't please them. And that goes back to the first saying. They might like you today, but it doesn't mean they're going to like what you do tomorrow. And I'm a pure advocate of it. I fully like you today, but who knows what you're going to do tomorrow. And that's the same thing. It's like, am I talking about Wolfman or any of you? Or am I talking about, you might like my message today, but you're not going to like what comes out of my mouth tomorrow. And that goes back to acceptance. How much can you accept? How much can you stand? How much can you tolerate? What is your endurance? What is your, you know what I mean? What is your level of, forgiveness, of understanding, of compassion? How far will you go where you go no further? And that's what it is we're always trying to go further and further into, where we said we wouldn't go. Because there's nothing holding us back but fears and misunderstandings about the journey that we're supposed to be taking. So going back to Wolfman and all of them, it all came to a place where I would not go any further with you. You're not worth this fight. And then I always come back and fight more. So saying that I hate you is not right, but anyone that ever said the word hate is not right. They don't hate you, they misunderstand you. They don't understand you. They can't stand you is the word you have to replace it with. Then we can say, well, I can give you understanding. I know you can't stand me, but can I give you understanding for me? Let's say that together. We're going to end on this note. I know you can't stand me, but can I give you understanding for me? I know you don't have this feeling for me, but can I give it to you? I know you don't have compassion for me, but can I give you compassion for me? Can I give you an understanding so that you could possibly have compassion for me? Yep, that's where we're at. Good stuff, good stuff. Love you. Laters, bye.